Hi, welcome to the channel. So you want to know more about the various classes in Blue Protocol, or simply just want to know more about the class you're going to play at launch? Well, you're in the right place. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at Blue Protocol's Archer class, the Keen Strider. What the f? As you can see from all the trailers, this class is obviously the coolest looking class. I mean, look at this. Magnificent. Like you, I watched the trailers for Blue Protocol and saw a bunch of great classes, but I did some research on these classes so you wouldn't have to. The Keen Strider, also known as the Blast Archer, is Blue Protocol's long-range DPS. But that's not all the class has to offer, as the Strider acts as a support class with its own various debuffs and buffs. The Keen Strider wants the player to hit enemy weak spots to deal increased damage. Like with every Archer class, the Strider is able to sit back and relax while everybody else is getting their ass beat, or at least that's how I'm gonna play it. But it does look like a class that is going to favor those with good aim and precision that are able to hit enemy weak spots as often as they can. Now, let's take a look at the class's skills. Our left click skill, Arrow Rush, is a very basic chain attack that shoots arrows at enemies. The final attack in the chain shoots multiple arrows. This is going to be a very basic combo. Our right click skill, Slalom Shot, is going to allow us to shoot a very powerful arrow at our enemies. So yeah, basic pew pew skills. But now it's time to take a look at what makes the Keen Strider special. Skill 1, Charged Arrow. As the name suggests, this is a charged arrow. However, this will deal increased damage to enemy weak spots while also knocking them back. So it's probably best you hold on to this until you make sure you're not going to miss. No pressure. Our alternative skill here is Hypnoblast. This is an arrow that will put enemies to sleep. This is going to be great for crowd control and maintaining distance between you and your enemies, or getting free shots at enemy weak spots. Skill 2, Negative Resonance. This skill shoots arrows which spread and deal negative status effects to enemies in the area. This will allow the Strider to deal damage to multiple enemies over time. Our alternative skill here is Stampede Arrow. The Strider will shoot multiple arrows at a single enemy, so you'll have to make the choice of what type of damage you're looking to deal. Do you want to be effective against enemy groups or just single targets? Skill 3, Lethal Shower, a chargeable attack that will allow the Keen Strider to rain arrows down on enemies in an area. The longer this is charged, the wider that area will be. Our alternative skill here is Dust Force. The Strider creates a ground AoE that slows down enemies and deals damage over time. These skills are going to be very dependent on the kind of player you are, as both deal damage to groups of enemies. The Dust Force's slow effect does sound quite nice, but I believe the damage is going to be a lot less than the Lethal Shower to make up for that, but we'll have to wait and see. Now, time for the extra special skills. Skill 4, Healing Arrow. Again, the name is very on the nose, but you're going to shoot an arrow creating an AoE healing zone for you and your teammates, turning the Keen Strider into a healer class and adding to its survivability as they can heal themselves too. Our alternative skill here is Hunter Spirit. The Strider will launch a cooldown reduction buff on themselves and party members. I don't know how effective the cooldown reduction will be, but this sounds insane as we already know about some of the other classes and what they have to offer. So this could make the Keen Strider a very popular pick for parties in the late game. Now, but certainly not least, let's take a look at the very gorgeous ultimate skill. God damn. Mortal Gravity. This will shoot an arrow in an area that will pull enemies into it. This will be brilliant for crowd control as you'll be able to group up a bunch of enemies fast and possibly let your teammates combo onto this with their own ultimate attacks. Now, overall, the Keen Strider is a support class with a lot of DPS capabilities. The amount of choice the class has in terms of how it affects its enemies and the party is the most I've seen in Blue Protocol so far. You can shape this class into a healer that deals a lot of ailment debuffs and damage over time abilities, helping you and your party kill enemies even faster. Or you can become the damage yourself by opting for DPS abilities and cooling the reductions that keep you and your party's damage going for longer. Now wait, before you leave, here's the class's stats, and I need to say thank you for the incredible support on the channel. You guys are making this something I can see myself taking further in this year, and I'm very grateful for that. Happy New Year guys, and remember, we are finally in the release year for Blue Protocol, so it's almost time guys. If you feel like I've given you any information you didn't know, you can also find more of these videos in the card on the top right of your screen. I absolutely love the Keen Strider and will probably give it a go myself at launch, but let me know which class you'll be trying out. And remember to get at least 8 hours sleep, because I actually did this time and it was fantastic. See ya!